Over the span of 3 mainline entries within this franchise, Metal Gear Solid has morphed into a behemoth of a franchise and a household name in the games industry. Series director Hideo Kojima became renowned as a video game auteur on account of the highly dynamic gameplay and stellar storytelling that fans experienced with the Metal Gear Solid trilogy. While Kojima himself didn't have any plans to return to the franchise anytime soon, fans were waiting with bated breath for a sequel, one that would tie all of the loose ends left by Metal Gear Solid 2, a game that would bring this highly regarded stealth series to a new generation of consoles.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake?
Overwhelmed by fan expectations and presumably some internal pressure from Konami as well, Kojima Productions set out to create Metal Gear Solid 4. Following the series pattern, the game's central theme would be sense, which refers to an information dystopia wherein human thoughts and senses would be controlled by world leaders and megacorps. A natural step forward from the meme dystopia that was explored in Sons of Liberty. Exploring this dystopia would also come with the massive added workload of crafting a narrative that would tie all loose ends behind by decades of high-concept science fiction and military conspiracies of the franchise.
The players have all assembled, Snake. The time has come for you to witness our moment of triumph.
While such a task might seem nigh impossible to many, Kojima Productions actually accomplished this gargantuan undertaking with flying colors. Sure, there has been some contention with regards to Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, rather questionable design decisions, but that doesn't detract from the fact that it is more than a worthy sequel and an important part of the Metal Gear timeline. The game takes place 5 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and we're greeted with a Solid Snake who has become the victim of accelerated aging, leaving him with less than a year of life left. Old Snake, as people have taken to calling him, is then tasked with a mission to assassinate his long-standing nemesis Liquid Snake, now called Liquid Ocelot, and put an end to his plans of overtaking an AI construct known as the Sons of the Patriots, which is a system that controls the nanomachines and, by extension, the activities and subconscious of several private military corporations around the world.
Liquid! Stop!
In typical Metal Gear fashion, the story is filled to the brim with plot twists and revelations that are also combined with plenty of character arcs, all of which culminate in what is easily the most convoluted Metal Gear plot ever. As a result, there are a ton of cutscenes, and the duration of these can range from a few minutes to over an hour. Fun fact: MGS4 has the Guinness World Record for the longest cutscene in a video game, which runs for a total of 71 minutes. While the series has never shied away from delving into the technical aspects of its science fiction, MGS4 steps it up a notch, which can be a downer for many. But at the same time, we get to see a more matured version of Solid Snake alongside endearing characters like Meryl Silverberg and rising Revengeance's Raiden, among a slew of others. The various character arcs that they undergo throughout the campaign are also worth experiencing, even if trudging through these extensive cutscenes may start to feel like a slog.
Do you see this? I have no future. In a few months, I'm going to be a weapon of mass destruction. You have a family.
I have no family.
Over on the gameplay front, MGS4 Guns of the Patriots smartly adapts the gameplay foundations of prior entries for a more action-packed and refined stealth experience. Gone are the complex guerrilla stealth tactics we saw in Snake Eater, and what we get here is a more streamlined stealth experience thanks to the new Octo Camo suit, which changes according to the texture and color of the surface it's attached to, allowing you to easily sneak through areas. This is especially important because, unlike Snake Eater or any MGS game before, Guns of the Patriots' levels take place in huge open areas that don't have many hiding spots, so you really need to blend into the surroundings to get past enemies. There's also a new Psyche Meter, which monitors Snake's stress levels. The lower the Psyche, the higher the stress levels, and you need to try to keep Snake's Psyche in check by avoiding killing enemies and remaining as hidden as possible. If the Psyche gets too low, you will experience knock-on effects in gameplay such as reduced accuracy and back pain, which by extension will limit your mobility options. Boss fights have been an integral part of the Metal Gear Solid experience, and Metal Gear Solid 4 had a lot to live up to now that series fans had experienced such fights as The End and Psycho Mantis. While the boss quality did take a noticeable dip in quality with Guns of the Patriots, fights like the one with Metal Gear Ray and the mano-a-mano fist fight against Liquid Ocelot are sure to remain with you long after the credits roll. Metal Gear Solid has always remained at the forefront of graphics technology, and that's certainly the case with Guns of the Patriots. It's easily one of the best-looking games of the PS3 generation, which is a big achievement considering how difficult developing games for this hardware was. The game boasts high-fidelity character models and detailed texture work without sacrificing the scope of the levels, which are some of the biggest the series had ever seen up until that point. And this leads us nicely into the biggest problem that Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots has, and that is its availability. Unlike other games in the series which are available in some shape or form on modern hardware, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots is trapped on PS3. There's no definitive editions or re-releases for the modern hardware, and there's also no way to stream the game via PS Plus since it's been removed from that service from many regions. As such, you're left with only two options: either to emulate the game on a PC, or to get a hold of the original hardware and a copy of the game and then play it. And let me tell you, neither of these options is a convenient one. But keeping those platform issues aside, MGS4 Guns of the Patriots is a fantastic game, and one that succeeded in what it set out to do. The narrative fulfills its dual purpose of being its own entity and tying up all those loose ends, and the gameplay is also streamlined while retaining the same dynamic elements that fans of the franchise love so dearly. While the roster of boss fights might not be as memorable as prior entries, it's no slouch in that department either. Plus, it's all presented with striking attention to detail. Taking the sum of its many parts, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots is a game that hasn't aged much after all these years. But the only thing that's holding it back from being relevant to this day is its availability on modern hardware. If we had to assign a score to it today, we would award it with a 9 out of 10.
This is good, isn't it?
That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.